Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's Breakthrough Word, Is God Real? Now this is going to be the first of 4 teachings we do on God. Finding God, where is God, who is God? But today we want to answer this question first. Is God real? Does He exist? It's a question that man has asked throughout history. It's a question I'm asked every year, 100 times or more. Is God real? How do you know God is real? I've had people ask me, can you prove that God is real without using the Bible? And here's what I tell people. The Bible doesn't try to prove that God is real or that He exists. There's no long dissertation or a lot of evidence that is given to try and establish the existence of God. The Bible assumes that people would believe that God exists. In fact, in Psalm 14:1 and Psalms 53:1, it says, the person who says there's no God is a fool. Let me maybe start this way. You take this watch, and when you look at this watch or you look at the watch on your hand, you never question whether or not somebody created, designed, and built that watch. You know by looking at the watch and how it functions and how it's put together that someone designed that watch and somebody put it together. Well, the existence of God is evident to us because of all the things that are around us. When you look at the sky, the trees, you look at the animals, the fish, the planets, the moon, you look at human beings, ourselves, and you see how all of those things are designed and put together, you know that someone had to design and put those together. There had to be an architect, a creator, a designer, a builder, and that person is God. It's impossible for anything like that just to happen by itself. Something with that much order, that much design. When you look at nature and all the physical laws that are in place, it shouts that there has to be a creator, there has to be a designer, and that person is God. Paul answers the question in Romans chapter 1, verse 19 and 20. Let me just read what Paul said. He said, they know the truth about God because He's made it obvious to them. For ever since the world was created, people have seen the earth and the sky. Through everything God made, they can clearly see His invisible qualities, His eternal power and divine nature. So they have no excuse for not knowing God. Psalm 19:1 says that the heavens declare the glory of God. The skies shout His creation, shout His existence. There's no question that there is a creator, that there is a designer. Now, I know that there are skeptics. You may be watching and you may have clicked on this because you're skeptical. Throughout the years, throughout history, mankind, many have been skeptical and they've attempted and they've tried to come up with some other explanation, and they've come up with all kinds of hypotheses and theories that try to answer the question of where creation come, but that's all they are, is hypothesis and theories. Creation came because of a master designer, of an architect, of a creator, and that person is God. Hebrews chapter 11 verse 6 says, we must believe that God is, and that He is a rewarder of those who diligently seek Him. Ultimately, it's a choice whether or not to believe. God doesn't force anybody to believe, but He gives us all the opportunity to choose. And when you look at creation around us, as Paul said, if you don't believe, you're without excuse. You'll not have any defense of why you didn't believe that there's God. For me, and my prayer for every one of you, as you look at creation around you and how marvelously and wonderfully that things are made and provided for us, that you would believe that God exists, that God is, and then you would diligently continue to pursue to know Him more and more. Well, you might say, that's very hard to do. You can't see God. How can I believe in something I can't see? Well, every day you believe in things that you can't see. I could give you a list of dozen things, but let me just give you this example. Wind. You believe in the wind. You can't see the wind. You say, well, yeah, I can. I see the leaves move. I see a tumbleweed come down the road. I see flags move. What you see is the effect of the wind. You don't see wind. We can't see wind. We see the effect of wind. And while you cannot see God, when you look around, you can't help but see the effect, the impact of God all around you. Is God real? Absolutely. Do you believe? Well, it's your choice. It's your decision. And I pray that you would look at all that's around you and come to the conclusion that God exists and God is real. And here's the great thing. God loves you. Is God real? Yes, absolutely. He's real. That's your breakthrough word for this week. Until next time, remember, God is real.